All right, let's get right into it. That car sitting in your driveway, it's in the middle of the biggest change it's ever seen. And no, I'm not talking about horsepower or fancy new headlights. This is all about the software, the code that's now running the whole show. What we're going to do today is walk through a really detailed roadmap for this massive shift, the future of the software-defined car.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? For what, 100 years, a car was all about the metal, the engine, the gears, the hardware. Well, that's completely changing. The very idea of what a car is, it's being flipped on its head. We're talking about a smart, connected gadget on wheels that's always getting better.
So what are we really talking about when we say software-defined vehicle, or SDV? Honestly, the best way to think about it is like your phone. The physical phone is just the starting point, right? It's the apps and the updates that make it amazing. That's the whole idea here. The car's software is separated from its hardware. This means the car you drive off the lot isn't the finished product. It can get new features, get better, and change to fit you for its entire lifespan.
And you have to understand, the ripple effects from this are just huge. This isn't some minor tech upgrade. It's a complete shakeup of the entire auto industry. The competition isn't about 0 to 60 times anymore. The real fight? It's about who has the smartest software, the best user experience, and the coolest new features you can get with the push of a button. Seriously, software is the new engine.
Okay, so this all sounds amazing, right? Software is the future, everyone gets it. So what's the problem? Why is the traditional auto industry, this titan of manufacturing, having such a hard time with this shift? Why are they struggling so much to keep up?
Well, this comparison here really lays it bare. The old way of doing things was built for steel and bolts. You had these super long, rigid development cycles. Once the car was built, that was it. But the new world, the SDV world, it moved at the speed of software. We're talking quick, constant improvements, updates, sent right to your car over the air. A car that can literally get new features overnight. These two models, they're like oil and water. They just don't mix.
So the bottom line is, the old map is totally broken. The playbook that car makers used for generations just doesn't work anymore. It was designed for a world of mechanical parts, not for the insane speed and complexity of modern software. Trying to use that old map today? It's a recipe for disaster. You're just going to get lost.
So, if the old map is useless, what's the solution? Well, you can't just patch the old system, you have to throw it out and start fresh. The answer is a total redesign, what we're calling the digital and intelligent software supply chain. It's a whole new way of thinking, built from the ground up for this new software-first world.
And this new system is built on 5 absolutely crucial pillars. And here's the key. You can't just pick one or two. You have to nail all of them. You need a solid software architecture as your foundation. You need a thriving ecosystem of partners bringing in new ideas. You need super fast R&D and testing. You need to be able to deliver constant updates. And of course, underpinning it all, you need rock-solid quality and safety. You've got to move forward on all 5 fronts at the same time.
All right, so how does a company actually pull this off? Well, the roadmap breaks it down into a pretty clear 3-step journey. First, up to 2030, it's all about building the foundation, getting the basics right. Then by 2035, you're deepening those skills, really getting good at it. And the final destination, by 2040, is to be a true leader with a completely smart, seamless ecosystem that connects the car to the cloud.
Okay, let's get into the heart of the plan, because this is where it gets really interesting. Look at how each of those 5 pillars evolves over time. Your architecture goes from a bunch of separate computers to one central brain, and eventually it just melts into the cloud. The ecosystem goes from old-school suppliers to an open platform where anyone can build cool new apps for your car. But check out the updates. It goes from just fixing bugs to actually personalizing the car for you, all the way to something they call 1,000 faces delivery. I mean, that's wild. It's this idea of total hyper-personalization for every single driver.
Now, to move that fast, there's just no way you can do it the old way, with people doing everything manually. That's where this comes in. The roadmap is super aggressive about automating R&D. We're talking about going from just 20% automation by 2030 to a massive 80% by 2040. That's the only way to get the speed and the quality you need to compete.
That middle date, 2035, is really the make-or-break point. It's a huge milestone. By then, the winning companies will have that central computer brain in their cars. Half of their software will be coming from outside partners. Their development will be 50% automated, and those over-the-air updates will be delivering real, deep personalization. This is the moment where we're going to see the leaders really separate themselves from everyone else.
And then you have the 2040 goal, ASPICE CL5. Now, for anyone not in the weeds on this, ASPICE is basically the quality control rulebook for car software, and it is tough. Getting to CL5, the highest level, is like the Mount Everest to software development. It means your process is so good it's constantly improving itself. Hitting that is basically the definition of being the best in the world.
So, we've seen the roadmap. We know the big milestones. But the billion-dollar question is, how do you actually win this race? Because it's pretty clear this isn't just about buying new technology. It's way deeper than that.
It all boils down to 3 core things you have to do right now. Number 1, build your foundation. Get the right people with software and AI skills, and create a culture where software is king. That's non-negotiable. Number 2, embrace the ecosystem. Your suppliers aren't just people you buy parts from anymore, they're your partners in creation. And number 3, focus on the architecture. That flexible software foundation is what makes everything else, the speed, the updates, the partnerships, even possible.
So I'll leave you with this one final thought. For our entire lives, we've bought cars as a finished product. The minute you drove it off the lot, it started to get old. But this roadmap we've just walked through, it paints a completely different picture. A future where the car you buy isn't the end of the story, but the beginning. It's a platform that's constantly evolving, constantly improving, and becoming more yours every single day. That's the future we're heading towards.